welcome to another pretty good coffee. I'm Petra and I'm so excited that you're joining me for this week's episode where we're talking about all things coffee, all things faith, and I hope that you are ready to get this week started. But you know what I'm gonna say before we get started, because I've said that twice now. Stop what you're doing, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you're always notified when a new video goes up. And then I want you to be careful if you're like me and you are headed to work. And then I want you to grab your word, grab your coffee, and let's get started. Okay. Oh, this is so good. First things first, I am aware that it is super early for pumpkin spice. I don't know what Chobani has going on, but they definitely have pumpkin spice creamer. So if you are a girl who loves pumpkin spice, loves all things fall, I highly recommend trying the Chobani pumpkin spice creamer. It of course is a limited batch, but again, it's August, but they got it out. But whatever. Go try it. I'm actually not a huge pumpkin spice girl anymore. I was when I was younger. I used to like it in the fall. I don't really drink it that much, but I do like pumpkin loaf. I can eat that year round. But as far as like pumpkin drinks, I'm not really a big drinker like that. Actually, I don't buy them at all, really. But I saw this creamer, and you guys know Chobani is my favorite. Sorry for the clicking, y'all. And so I decided, okay, well, let me just at least try it. Whoops, sorry, you guys are bumping. I said, let me at least try it to see what's what, if it's good, you know, for those girls that really do like pumpkin spice, if we're going to offer them. The answer is yes. It's definitely a good one for you to try. Also, today I did the Moose Munch Maple Walnut coffee. I turned it into a cold brew. It is very good. I don't know, guys, if I had talked to y'all about this one before and I was calling it Maple Pecan. It's not. It's Maple Walnut. Hold on. I'm trying to make sure that I get out of here correctly. It's Maple Walnut, so we'll drop in a picture for you right there. But yeah, so it's Maple Walnut, and so today I did that with the Chobani pumpkin spice creamer, a little bit of unsweetened vanilla almond milk, and that's it. And it's really good. The coffee is a medium brew. It has a nice strong taste when it is a cold brew. Now when it's warm, it's just not as good. It's actually not as flavorful. I think the steeping really helps with the cold brew. Oops, sorry guys, I didn't realize that happened. Sorry. So both Rob and I agree, like, it's much better as a cold brew. Letting it steep overnight, much better. When you drink it warm, not as good. So definitely try it out. It's very fragrant, which is nice, so your house smells really good. It is not as strong, the taste is not as strong as the fragrance or the notes of it. That's good. It's a really good coffee. So try it out. Now let's get into this word. We're going to do Mark 1, and we're going to do verse 16 through 18. Nope, verse 16 through 20. Mark 1, verse 16 through 20. As he passed along the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and Andrew, Simon's brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishermen. "Follow me," Jesus told them, "and I will make you fish for people." Immediately they left their nets and followed him. Going on a little farther, he saw James, the son of Zebedee, and his brother John in a boat, putting their nets in order. Immediately he called them, and they left their father Zebedee in the boat with the hired men and followed him. That's Mark 1, verses 16 through 20, CSB version. And I love it because there's something that I want you to catch in there. We're going to do a really quick chat today, but it's important that you catch this. And in fact, we're going to go back to verse... No, we'll just do it again. As he passed along the seaside of Galilee, he saw Simon and Andrew, Simon's brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishermen. "Follow me," Jesus told them. "I will make you fish for people." Immediately they left their nets and followed him. Going on a little farther, he saw James and John. No, he saw James, the son of Zebedee, and his brother John, in a boat, putting their nets in order. Immediately he called them, and they left their father Zebedee in the boat with the hired men and followed him. Mark 1:16-20. So what I want to point out about these particular verses, sorry guys, it is so bright in here. What I want to point out about these particular verses is where it says that he called to them, as in Jesus called to these men, and they immediately followed him. They stopped everything that they were doing, and they followed him. It didn't matter that it was their job. It doesn't matter that they were working with their family. They stopped everything that they were doing, and they prioritized following him. And I think that this is so important because, you know, we talk about the scripture because it's, you know, super well known how he made people fishers of men, right? Like we talk about all the time. But for me, when I read this, and what I feel like the Holy Spirit always highlights to me is the word immediately. They weren't questioning. They weren't asking anybody else's opinion. They weren't saying, well, let me get this together because this isn't perfect. I need to figure myself out. No, they immediately stopped what they were doing and they followed him. They went where God asked them to go, and they didn't ask questions about it. They just did. And again, it didn't matter that it was their job. It was their form of provision. It was their form of sustenance. It paid their bills. Didn't matter about that. It didn't matter that they were working, one of them or two of them were working with their dad. Like it was a family business. Didn't matter. They left anyway. In fact, they left him on the boat with the other hired men and said, be blessed, I'm out. And we have to have that mentality, especially right now, because sometimes we'll get so caught up in how we're making our money or who we're connected to that we'll forget that when God says to move, we have to immediately do it. It's not about, God, are you sure? Let me put things in order, or I'm not ready for this, or whatever. It really is about the immediacy of your obedience. The immediacy of your obedience. Because again, if we are going to be disciples, then we have to be fully submitted to him so that we're always pointing people back to Christ. We're disciples for God, not disciples for ourselves. And if you dawdle on being obedient and immediately doing what he's saying, then you're more focused on how am I presenting to people? How am I going to bring them in? What about me is worthy? What about my story is fitting? Are they going to connect with me? And that's not what it's about. It's about immediately doing what God calls you to do, not asking yourself, where do I fit into the plan? But Lord, show me the plan, right? And so that way you're able to just follow his lead. And I think, again, that is so helpful for us as we're closing out the month, that we are remembering that it's not about us and it's not about our timeline. It's not about if we understand things. It's about if we're obedient to the things of God, right? And that's important because it doesn't say that they necessarily knew him. It doesn't say that they'd grown up together. It says he was passing by the Sea of Galilee and he saw them and said, hey, come follow me. I will make you fishers of men. They immediately left. They immediately said, okay, bet. He went on a little further and he saw two more with their dad. He said, come follow me. Immediately, they followed him. So ask yourself, what is it that God has called me to do or is asking me to do right now? And I'm asking him questions instead of immediately obeying. And what are the repercussions of that? Okay, that's it. I want you guys to meditate on that today and for the rest of the week. Meditate on the word immediately, immediacy, obedience, submission. Meditate on those words and apply them to yourselves and see where you fall short, because we all do. All of us do. There are things that some of us should be doing. And y'all, it's not always what you think. But there's something that he's brought to your attention. There's something that you may not be super comfortable with, or you may not like. And you're like, oh God, I don't know about that. I don't want to do that. Listen, it's not about what you like. It's not about what you understand. It's not about what you want to do. It's about what God has told you to do. He said, come and follow me. The question is, will you immediately follow him? right, that's it. Hold mark 1:16 through 20 in your heart this week. Make it a wonderful, wonderful week. And if you have not gotten your tickets to the Hey Pretty conference, go to heyprettylife.com to get your tickets. We are excited. We are praying for you. We are praying for you, because I know that it is a push for so many of us. There's work in the building of these types of gatherings, but there's also work in making it to the gathering. So please understand that we know that, and we're covering you even now when we're months out. We are praying and we're covering you, and we're believing God. We're believing God for your growth and for your stretching. And then I want you to make sure that you enjoy your Pretty Good coffee. If you have not tried the Moose Munch Maple Walnut, try it. It is really, really good. And so is the Chobani Pumpkin Spice Creamer. And again, I'm not a huge pumpkin spice girl, and it's very good. It absolutely puts you in the mind of fall. And if you love fall like I love fall, it is never too early to feel like it's time for the fallen leaves. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a good week.